Hello guys, today we're going to take another example on arrays, and let's go briefly back onto arrays and define it again. An array is a homogeneous set of elements. What do we mean by homogeneous? Same type, either floats, either integers, either doubles, but they all have to be the same type. So if we say those are integers, those are all integers. For example, we can have this as a 1 minute. Let me put the an array of integers is 8, 12, 2, 23, 17, 16, 1, and 5. Let's see. How many integers do we have? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 integers. Those are 7 integers. And if we see good, this is gonna be, you can name, and this is how we define an array. We can say integer. My or array or my array or my, I usually define it as my. And what's the size of this? 7. We have 7 elements. Brackets 7. Sorry about that, guys. And we can initialize it by saying equal. We can leave it empty, or we can say this equals 0, meaning initialize all the elements to 0 or 10 or whichever. But when we put one element and semicolon, when we put one element, that means it goes for all of the elements. We can't put 2 elements. We can only put 1 initial value, or what? Or 7, the number of elements. But we can't put 2, 3, or 4. So we can do it this way, or say it equals what? As we have it under, which means initialize it to 8, 12, 2, 23, 16, and 1, and 5, and we have another curly bracket to close it, and semicolon. So the size of the array, this is the size of the array. Here's the size, and usually we go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 7, from 0 to 6. This is the name of the array, my, and this is the type. Size, name, and type, and this is the initial value. Either we initialize it to all zeros, or we initialize it to those numbers. If we had 6 here, the compiler will give us an error. If we didn't have the 5, for example, the compiler is going to give us an error. We can't put 6 values. We can only, remember, we can only put either one value, initialize it all of them to the same value, or we have to have 7 values. We can't have 6. To access this one by itself, let's say, let's say this, I don't want to take the 2 and 2. We use the index. I'll say my 3. And this is the index. This is the element and the value, and this is the index. We can say here cout my 3, or we can say my 3 plus something, or we can do any calculation on it. But this is how we access one element by itself. To access all the elements together, we need a loop. We need a loop, and in this example, we're gonna try to find the, let's say, largest or smallest number. Let's take one of them now and take the second in the second example, where we're gonna use random values. So let's take, for this, let's find the this is called linear search. Let's find the largest number. Let's find the largest number. So if I told you to find the largest number out of this using an algorithm, remember, a program is an algorithm, so we have to find an algorithm to find the largest number in an array. What would we do? We'll start comparing. We'll say my 0, which has the value of 8, is it greater than, let's say, my 1, which has the value of 12? Is 8 greater than, or is 8 less than 12? Whatever we need to do, but we have to set at the beginning, we have to set, let's say we want the largest. Let's set largest. Let's declare a value largest. Largest. Let's put est. Est. Sorry about my handwriting. Equals what? My 0. We always set it to the first element. We can't set it to the number 0, because we might have all the number lower than, let's say, 0, then the highest value will be 0, and it's not from the array. Think if I had all of those as negative numbers, and I told you to find the largest value, and you had set largest as 0, 0 is gonna end up be your largest value, and it's not a number in the array. So we always set it to the first element in the array, the easiest way. Integer largest. Now we'll check largest. What am I gonna do? If largest is less than 12, I'll set what? 12 as largest. So we'll say if, I'm sorry, when we put if statement, if largest is what? Is less than my 1 or 12, let's say my 1, what happens? That means my 1 is larger than this number. So I'll set largest, which is this value, which I declared at the beginning. Sorry, here, largest. I'll set it as what? The new largest value, which is my 1. If not, go and check my 2. If not, go check my 3. So let's take this. Largest now here is gonna be, 1 minute, let's change the color. We're gonna start with largest as 8. Yeah. Now we'll check it. 8 Is it less than 12? Yes. So what do we do? Set largest to 12. So now largest is 12. And now what do I do? Increment. Go to the next element. I'm gonna check with 2, but I'm gonna check it with largest, which has the value 12. So I'm saying 12. Is it less than 2? No. So I won't go in the body of the if statement. I don't have an else. I don't need to do anything. I just go increment and go check the next element. I'm gonna check 23 now. Is 12 less than 23? Yes. So what do we do? Set largest to be as 23. Now I'll check 16. I have my new largest, 23. Is it less than 16? No, we don't do anything. We go increment and check the next element. 23, is it less than 1? No. So we don't do anything. We go increment and check the next element. 23, is it less than 5? No. So we don't do anything. We exit, we end the loop or whatever we have, and we end up with largest to be what? 23. Was that right? Yes. So now let's take an example on that. Let's program what we took here. So first thing, include IO stream, include input output library, input output stream library, and we need using name space std integer main. You should all remember those from uh, 1320, which is C++. This is advanced C++. So if you still have problem with those guys, please go and review them. So now what do I need to do? Declare, let's say, integer, and I'm gonna declare an array my of size 7. Let's take the same array and we're gonna initialize it to the same elements. We had 8, 12, I think 2, 23, 16, 1, and 5, if I was right. This is my array, and now we need to find the what? The largest. We said we'll declare a largest, and we'll set it to the my 0, which means 8. Largest equals 8. And now I'll have a loop. I'll say for integer, let's say do I need it to be 0? No, because we took 0 here. So I'll set it as 1. I is less than 1. The size, which is 7, be careful, because we go from 0 to 6. Either I put I less or equal 6, or but be careful, don't put 7, don't put equal 7, less or equal 7. And I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so now we'll say if, well, we said if largest, which is 8 now, this one, less than my I, which is my 1, it's going to take it the first one. What do? We set largest equals my I. And here, remember guys, we don't need a body for a for loop or for the if statement. Why? Because for the for loop, the body of the for loop is the first line, and it's this. And for the if statement, the body of it is this. But if we had another line or more lines, we need to put curly braces, but we can put this here. After I finish, we'll say cout the largest number in the array is and I'll print largest. End line, and let's save this. Here we go, and now we run it. And last time I had a problem running it. I was using GCC, and let's say gate or -o. And remember this, just run it. You can do it in Visual Studio. Just write the code in Visual Studio and do build and run. Was it build and run without debugging? Okay, yeah. And here, what did we name it? Array2.cpp. No errors. And now I'll put gate. The largest number of the array is 23. The largest number of the array is 23. Here's running the code. If we want to see like the largest number each loop, we can say here cout and this is just to indicate that this is largest. I like to do that. It's a type of debugging to see if we're going the right way, if you had some errors. We do save, and I'll show you how to do debug on Unix, Linux. And here, let's run it again, and the largest number is 821, and each time we're having, let's put an end line here, save. I just want to show it each on a separate line. The array is 5. Okay, why did largest change now and give us 5? Let's see what we did. Okay, it's taking the body of the, okay, we can do this. That's where I told you the 2 lines. Now things will change. So the first largest value was 8. It changed here to 12, and then it changed to 23 and stayed 23. And remember, it only goes into the if statement if the condition is true, and it's only true in this, and this it didn't even take it as 12 less than the 23. I'm thinking why it didn't print 23 with the arrow. So first it took it 8 less than 12, and we changed the value of OK. And then see out largest, so it prints 8. Oh, the next time it printed 12. Okay. And it changed it here to 23, but didn't have the chance to print it to 23. That's a good example. Okay, so the output. See the first thing, 8 is less than 12. See out what? 8. So if I put this here, it's gonna change. It'll be, I think it'll be a better choice to put it here if we're debugging. See the difference between both codes? It took 12, 23. Didn't even take the 8. It made a difference. So this is an array. So let's finish this example, and I'll follow with another example doing the smallest value and where we pick random numbers, and I'll show you how to generate random numbers. Thank you guys.